I hope you guys enjoy this filming location because it's going to be my new spot for tag videos. And obviously that means that I have a tag video for you guys today, and that is the Reading in School tag created by the lovely Ariel Bissett. So she tagged me to do this one, which is why I'm doing it today. So basically this tag derives from the mini-series that she recently did, a 4-part mini-series on her channel, and it explores reading throughout elementary, high school and beyond, like in college and university. And she had so many interesting points, so many valuable discussion points to share, and I just didn't know how to respond in the comments. So thankfully she made a tag out of this one so I can share my opinions on these things with you. So we're going to begin with the elementary school questions. Firstly, what techniques do you think teachers should use to engage young readers? And I think Ariel's point on this one was spot on. To choose books that young readers would actually enjoy. In both my experiences as well as Ariel's, and I'm sure most of you guys, a lot of the required reading chosen is just, it's blah. It's really boring. It's really... it doesn't keep anyone engaged, it doesn't entertain anyone, you're not able to connect with it. It's just literature that for young readers they're not able to really appreciate. And the messages that are trying to be put across just aren't coming across because young readers are not able to understand it, or they're so disconnected from the text that they don't pick up on it, or they do not even care about it. One point that I totally agree with that Ariel mentioned is choosing modern day young adult fiction, because we're able to relate to the characters. So much of this young adult fiction is really entertaining to read, really fun to read, which is why I, as well as so many other people, love to read it. I'm not saying that the literature of these young adult fiction books is superior to the ones that I studied throughout elementary school, but in most cases we weren't even the target audience of these books. So for my young mind, it was very difficult to connect with. I really hope that made sense. My thoughts just kind of spilled out of my mouth. It's just word vomit going on here, so I don't know if that was coherent or not. Moving on to the next question. Do you think that it's a school's job to instill a love of reading in children? I think that reading is a really, really valuable tool, especially early on in elementary schools. This should kind of be emphasized, but obviously not everyone's going to love reading. Some people it's just not going to work. They don't enjoy it. So yes, I think that they should attempt to instill a love of reading in children, but not in a forceful manner, because that can just backfire really badly. What was your favorite elementary school read? My favorite elementary school read was not one of the ones that was chosen. It was Alana, the First Adventure by Tamora. I found this one in the library one day. Me and my friends, we came across this book. There was about 3 copies and we started reading it together, like reading it aloud. We'd each read a paragraph, kind of go around, and I couldn't stop. I went home and I continued reading it, and then I continued on with the series, and it was amazing and I loved it. And this one is young adult fiction before young adult was even a thing. It was published in 1983. I think it was, yeah, in the 1980s. So yeah, it was, I loved it. Okay, now moving on to high school. Do you think that an incorporation of YA books should be made? If so, which YA would you read? Yes, I do, because I think there will be a lot more engagement from the students and the reading will just be a lot more enjoyable. Now, as for the books which I think should be included, I really think some of the Harry Potter books, because they have really good values and morals within the series, emphasizing loyalty and friendship and honesty, and it's just a beautiful series that so many people love and adore. I would also say the book Thief by Markus, because the writing in this one is so beautiful. I just appreciate the writing in that book so much. It is gorgeous, it is fantastic. Or the book itself could also be helpful when studying other subjects like history, because it's set in World War II in Nazi Germany. And to be honest, I think that would have been helpful to me. One of my topics in Year 12 actually involved a lot of study of literature written about or during World War II. So yeah. Do you think it's important to read books from a wide variety of nationalities? I definitely think so. I don't think that the books that are chosen should be restricted to American literature or English literature just because, well, just for any reason at all. I don't know if this exists, but we didn't do it in my school. But I also think that it'd be really interesting to do comparative studies on texts from different nationalities, ones that have been translated as well even. Next, what was your least favorite book in high school? I really, really disliked studying Jane Eyre. Okay, now moving on to the last section, the beyond. We have, do you think there should be an emphasis on creative writing? And I definitely think yes, just yes. I myself love creative writing. Back in high school, I enjoyed it so much. In the exams, our English papers were separated into 3 parts, and one of them was a creative writing section, and I really loved doing it. But the thing that I felt was that there wasn't enough preparation for the creative writing section. The majority of the school year was focused studying the set texts, and there wasn't enough time at the end of it to really get into creative writing. There was the exception when I did Extension 1 and 2 English, because Extension 2 English, the entire course was putting together a short story. But for the most part, I felt that it was a bit lacking in that area, and just people didn't take it seriously. So I think it's a very important thing, and being able to express yourself and your ideas in a precise and efficient manner is so valuable, and there just isn't enough focus on it. So yeah, how do you feel that the reading you did in school has affected the reading you do now? Not much at all, to be honest. I think that the only thing that it's really affected is deterring me from reading more classics, because the majority of texts that we studied were classics, and I just didn't enjoy studying them. I didn't enjoy the classics that we were reading, so it just really put me off, and I'm like, I don't like classics, I don't want to read them. So that's something that I've been kind of trying to push myself to do, is to read more classics. But I mean, I do really enjoy my young adult fiction, and I still choose YA over classics when it comes down to choosing the next book to read. If you had to choose one book that you've read in the past year outside of school that had been taught in high schools, which would you choose? And I'm going to go back to The Book Thief by Markus Zusak that I mentioned before. I reread it again this year, and I think it's just a fabulous book. I would have loved to be able to study that and really focus on the beautiful writing and the characters and just the relationships and everything, and just perfection. So that is a reading in school tag. I really hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to leave your thoughts on any of the questions down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about it. So I'm going to tag Mother Effing Books, The Artsy Gal 12, and Benjamin of Tomes. So I tagged those 3 specifically, but I tag everyone that is watching this. If you would like to do the tag, feel free. Don't forget to check out Ariel's original video below. I'll also leave links to the mini-series that she created on this topic down below. Check out all of those videos. They're really good. And yes, I will see you guys next time.